I haven't reacted to a lot of her videos in a while, so let's go. I'm probably going to react to this in a four piece way. So let's start.
Welcome back to You're Kidding, right? If you are new to the You're Kidding Right community, please remember to like and subscribe. If you are not so new, definitely hit the like button. Everyone leave comments, and remember to check back every day because I post daily, even though YouTube frequently forgets to notify you. And if you would like to contribute, or if you would like to support this particular...
I always make sure that I make sure that it's notified. So I think I get notified basically every day. It's just that lately I've been missing out because I'm a Republican and I'm conservative, so I try to stay away for certain things that have been happening lately. But I'm glad to be back.
Particular video, you can click the thanks button. That's the little heart with the $ icon underneath the video. Okay, let's get started. So, every now and then, I like to pop over to Reddit, where I spent quite a bit of time about 3 or 4 years ago when I was starting to explore these issues. Now, all of the TERFs have been banned from Reddit, and if we were to comment, however gently...
Oh, it's not just TERFs, though. If you are someone who may align with a similar situation going on with yourself, if you don't come to the same conclusion, you'll probably be banned too. Just pointing that out. Continue.
On the cross-gender ideation or gender confusion sites, we would be summarily banned. So, here we are. When you go over to these forums, you see, again, that trans ideology reigns with no opposition. None. Which is how they want it. So, hey, what can you do? But one of the things that's informative about the Reddit sites is you have the gender confused talking to the gender confused. And so you get a very clear distillation of how these mostly young people, particularly on the sites that the women use, the FTM, the female to male, or the trans men sites, they tend to be, in my unscientific survey, they tend to be very young and rather confused about quite a few things. This post that I'm going to share with you illustrates that quite clearly. And, well, I'll just start, and you'll see what I mean as we go. Okay, this says, internalized transphobia is making me feel like I'm not really gay. One more time. Internalized transphobia is making me feel like I'm not really gay. By internalized transphobia, she means the so-called persecution, marginalization, discrimination, whatever the hell it is, that trans people experience, which we know that they don't, because we know that trans is ascendant, and in schools all across the country, gender identity is paramount, and biological sex means nothing. And also gender identity is taught. There are lessons about pronouns and how...
You know how I feel about this, though, is they try to say that they're so inclusive and they're so open-minded, but they only reinforce the binary and the gender stereotypes of people of a biological sex to force people to have an idea that you must change your body in order to fit these binaries, basically these expectations of what a man and a woman is supposed to be, which is really annoying to me. But continue.
not to bully trans people by, like throwing boys out of the girls' restroom or throwing girls out of the boys' restroom and, letting whatever person be on a team set aside for whatever sex because reasons. And also, we know that women's rights are being obliterated by politicians who wish to enact this ideology on a national scale. But in the minds of these folks, they're a marginalized minority. They're suffering terribly, all kinds of terrible predation. So when they say internalized transphobia, it means that they take that supposed hate of trans people and they have internalized it and then weaponize it against themselves. It's a very complicated fantasy. Here we go. She says,
The thing is, I think they just feel like reality is somehow hateful against them. And just to me, maybe what really would better describe them is the truth hurts sometimes, and that's mainly what their problem is that the truth hurts. And I think they need to explore why the truth hurts rather than running from it. But continue.
Now, gay. What does she mean by gay? Now, if you're talking about women, it would mean that she's a lesbian, right? You poor naive soul. Let's go. She says, I mean, it's a weird feeling. I know I'm a boy. And yet she's posting on the FTM site because she's actually female. But she says, I know I'm a boy. Lord have mercy. And I only like boys, which means that she is a straight girl. One more time. I mean, it's a weird feeling. I know I'm a boy and I only like boys. So she's a straight girl. She goes on. But since I'm trans and don't have the male sex parts, it makes me automatically feel like I'm not really a gay boy. If you were a parent...
This is the thing with this type of situation. I think there's two different types of people who are transgender. Okay, so some people are of the mindset where they will literally go out and call themselves gay people. I've seen this happen myself. Like, they'll say that they live as a woman, they identify as a woman, they are biologically male, and they will call themselves gay. So they are aware that they are male on some level, and many of the time you'll see this. You'll see this especially among the gay and lesbian community and the people who transition from that point to live as the other gender. But I want to point out that sometimes this is not the case. Some people who are transgender or have that mindset or situation going on, sometimes they actually do feel like they are gay and they are lesbian. So you could be born biologically female and transition to live as a man, and you could really literally feel as if you are gay before you even transition. You could honestly see the male sex as your same sex. Now, why is that? There are several reasons why that is the case, but it does happen, and to me, there's a difference between a person who actually literally does feel like that is gay. Usually it's a signification that they really do feel like the opposite gender is their same sex. It's just what it is, that's how they innately feel. And there's some people are actually that way because of other physical conditions. It can be a physical condition and it can be a psychological condition that can cause this. I know a lot of you guys like to talk about the psychological side of it, but there's also a physical condition that can cause that. Continue, though.
Dealing with this kid.
By the way, I might cut off. I don't have enough space in my phone, but let's continue.
How would you not laugh your whole ass off? I mean, Can you imagine? Can you imagine having this conversation with your child? Like your daughter comes to you and says, "Mom, I'm gay," and you're like, "Okay, sweetie. So do you want a girlfriend?" Well, no, no, I'm a gay boy, and I want. You know what I'm saying? Would you not just fall all the way out? Would you? You might roll around on the kitchen or the living room floor for a moment. You know what I'm saying? You might laugh so hard that you might have to have your ass put back on your body once you recovered from that shit. Child might have to call 911 because you would have literally laughed your behind right off.
Yeah, I get what you're saying there. I mean, it does seem weird, probably to a lot of people, but I think this whole thing is more so because people always associate transgender with like the lesbian and gay community, and they almost act like it's okay or it's more normalized if they are gay or lesbian as opposed to being straight. It's almost like they see it as more normal because they're like, now they can be straight kind of thing. But I don't think generally with the whole thing of people who identify as transgender that it's specifically off of that. I think the sexuality and the gender kind of just don't go together. But sometimes it does go together, especially with FTM. FTM is more likely that the person is attracted to females. But when it comes to male to female, they're more likely actually to have some attraction to females. If you look at the percentage of sexuality among MTF transgender people, they're more likely to be attracted to women than men, even though people assume they're going to be attracted to men. This is all because of the stereotype that goes with it. But yeah, continue.
And yet, if you are a compassionate parent, you might not want to do that in front of the child, right? You might want to save that, send her to her room, and then you call 911 because you know you're gonna laugh so hard your behind's gonna fall off that your spouse's ass might fall off too. I will read that one more time. I know I'm a boy and I only like boys, but since I'm trans and don't have the male sex parts, it makes me automatically feel like I'm not really a gay boy.
Yeah, to me, I would conclude that this person probably isn't of the mindset that they actually think that they're of the male gender. It might be that they don't fit. See, there's different reasons why people say that they're trans. Some people like to be perceived as a male person, as a man basically, but they don't actually feel that they are inside, and they're actually happy that way. They just want society to see them that way because it's easier for them to fit in. When it's more of a social aspect to transgender people, usually with these situations, these people are more likely to think that, like, being with someone of the male sex while you are of the female sex biologically, that's not gay because they still see themselves as female. They're just doing it for social purposes, basically. It's like a performative act. But they've kind of tricked themselves psychologically enough where they basically, I don't know if they've tricked themselves or if they are just comfortable with other people being comfortable with other people seeing them that way, basically. I don't really know. I would like to talk about this on another aspect, but I wouldn't think that she actually thinks that she is actually a boy from what she's saying. Because she is literally saying that it's not gay for her to be with a boy. It doesn't feel gay for her to be with a boy. That obviously shows you that she does see herself as a female on some level. Maybe she's not happy with being a female, but she definitely does see herself as female. So that's all I wanted to say. I don't think she's actually. She might be a little bit gender confused, but that's all I'm going to say in this video. I'm going to do another video. So like and subscribe, comment down below, and have a great day, guys. Bye.